Hello everyone, so welcome to my video where I'm going to be talking about my semester fall project for my programming class. And so for this this project, I decided to make a workout planner GUI where you input in your height, weight, age, how often you how many days in a week that you exercise, your gender, and how many miles and minutes you run every time you go, every time you're planning to go work out. And so here you can see that this is my programming right here. And for the first part right here, where it says the input one edit text callback function, basically where if it's empty, if the input is empty, then it's set to 0. And if if the input is inputted as male, then it will ask you please add 25% of your weight to the calories calculation. And if it's female, then you'll output please add 15% of your weight to your calories calculation. And the reason as to why it's outputting these sentences is because due to the different body composition and masses of males and females, as males tend to excuse me, as males tend to burn more calories compared to females. This is why I have this. This is why this is the I have these two sentences here. And input to edit text callback here function. It's more or less the same without the if male or if female, where if it's empty, then else it's set to 0, and it's so on the same for the input 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And here's where it gets really fun. So I have my A through E where they all equal different inputs, and basically this oops, this right here will handle the input that for input 8, and B will handle the input for 9, and C will handle the input for 10, and so on up to 12. And for the total, it will be input A times input B times input C plus input D times input E, and F will equal the total, this total. So it will call it back as a grand total for me, and we'll put it in the answer static text. And this is for my plot graph, or the length edit text callback, where I input in how long, or the it would be the calories that I've burned, and it would also be for this length 2 edit text. It will be for the miles that have been run, and this would be the plot. And this right here is the plot push button, where I would input all those two values variables, and then I would plot it. It would plot my graph for me. It's telling me how much calories I've burned over the amount of miles that I've run. And this clear plot push button is for after plotting the graph. If I want to reset it, then I just click reset, and it will just reset the whole graph for me, and I can just plug in the values again, and it will plot in the graph for me. And so let's get right into it. And now that once we ran it, ran. Anyways, it'll pop up here, my workout planner. And in this top section right here, it'll ask you for your gender. You can put male, female, and there are also some factors that do go to this too. If we put in male, then we're gonna have to add a multiplier in of 25% to our weight, and if we chose female, then we'll have to add in a 15% multiplier to our weight. And let's say that I'm 21 prime time, and for our height, we'll have to put it in inches, and let's say I'm 79 inches tall. For our weight, let's say I'm 173. And for the rectangle here versus days, it's basically asking you how often within a week do you exercise or go for a run. So let's say I run 3 days in a week, or 3 days a week. And let's say that I run for about 22 minutes. And so for 3 days a week, 22 minutes a day, I run for, let's say, 3.46 miles. And now for this first box here, we're gonna have to re-input in our weight that we got up here, or we inputted it here earlier. So let's input 173. And as I was talking about earlier about the multiplier we get from choosing whether we're male or female. And since we're male, we'd have to put 0.25. This middle box right here will be our miles that we run, that we inputted in from earlier up here, which is 3.46. And this last bracket that we have to input here would be our age. And this last bracket over here, it's a multiplier. Yes, it's a multiplier for our age, because as you know, the older you get, or if you didn't know, the older you get, the less calories that you burn. And so let's calculate this. And it shows here that we've burned 156.99 calories every time we ran. So that means 3 days a week for 22 minutes for 3.46 miles. Or for 1 day for 22 minutes for running 3.46 miles, we would burn 156.99 calories. And this plot up here, it's a plot meant for the user to input in the miles up here, or excuse me, the calories, calories burnt up here, and the miles ran down here. And once you plot it, it would show up on the plot here the calories that you burnt over the amount of miles you ran. And yeah, so thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you.